I really like the Italian Riviera theme.
Buongiorno. Grazie. You're gonna hate me in Italy.
Hey everyone, Dan and Leslie back for another Disney dining review.
I can't wait. We have not been to Topolino's Terrace for character breakfast since before we moved. This is my absolute, or at least it was, my absolute #1 favorite character dining experience on property, and I can't wait to see if it still is.
This character dining experience has always been amazing in the past. We've only been a couple times because it is super hard to get. This is probably the hardest character breakfast to get.
Because it's the best.
Ohana's pretty hard as well. All of them, honestly, pretty hard. We are really, really excited. I like several things about this. #1, it's in a fantastic atmosphere location at the top of Riviera Resort. It is gorgeous up there, beautiful views. If you go up there for a meal, whether it's breakfast or a wonderful date night dinner, definitely go out on that terrace and take a look at all of the vistas. It is also a wonderful character experience because they come around to your tables individually, at least they did, and they are dressed in like this special outfit. So they're all wearing this like artist get up. So like it's
very Parisian. Italian Riviera, yes, Italian.
You got Mickey, Minnie, Donald, and Daisy that you're meeting up there.
It is $49 per adult and $30 per child, ages 3 to 9. But for adult entrees, you've got everything from quiche, avocado toast, a fruit plate, which don't spend $49 on a fruit plate. No judgment. 2 eggs, any style, a wild mushroom scramble, a sour cream waffle, smoked salmon, wood fire steak and eggs, a bread pudding brulee.
Ooh, that sounds good. Although the steak and eggs may be calling my name. What are you thinking?
There's a few things that I'm considering. It's
right.
Always kind of a crunch time decision for me.
Game time decision. Here we go. Let's do this. We better go because our reservation is in 30 minutes. So we need to get over to the Riviera and head upstairs. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's do this. Donald!
Hi, Donald! How are you? Oh! Did you draw all of the people on my shirt? Because you're your artist. Oh, Mickey did? Oh, you made the clay pots? Really? I bet that is hot work. We have arrived. We got our waters. We got our little painted pot of croissants and pastries. There's like chocolate chip muffins and some other kind of muffin in there. There's a hazelnut spread, a house-made strawberry jam and butter. And then we ordered 1 Bloody Mary to share because we have a lot to do today. So we want to try it out though.
Hey!
I bet we can fit you in our suitcase. They look so good. They're like warm and flaky.
I got the French press coffee for 1. I really like a good French press, so, oh man, it's done really, really well. So I ordered this to see how it was. We also wanted to try an adult beverage.
We decided that we were gonna share 1 Bloody Mary, like Dan said. So it comes with the little garnish is a tiny piece of bacon and an olive. It's got like a nice little kick to it. I really love it when my Bloody Marys are spicy. It's nothing like over the top crazy, but it's a decent Bloody Mary. Topolino's Terrace for breakfast, they used to, you could actually get like a couple of different things as sides and really maximize the amount that you're spending here. They don't actually do that anymore. However, whenever I brought that up to our server, he said, well, I can basically do it with a waffle. That's about it. And so I got the quiche with a side of a sour cream waffle. Let's try this quiche. That is so good. that crust is like perfectly flaky, perfectly cooked. The middle is creamy but done and not too tough. Really, really good flavor. That it comes with a little side of like these smashed potatoes. I'm sure that salad is good too. I'm not gonna force you to watch me eat that on camera. It's delicious. It is sweet. I'm really glad I didn't get that as my whole thing, just because I think it's overly too sweet for me. But it's very, very good.
I got the salmon. I love bagels and cream cheese and lox, and it looks fantastic. It looks like it's done really, really well. Let's try this. Super fresh, really well done. Very creamy, cream cheese, very nice presentation. You do have to construct it a little bit on your own, but really happy with that.
You look beautiful. All ready for your ballet. I love it. So nice to meet you. Daisy just tried to steal Dan from me. She was giving him kisses. Not okay. Just kidding. We're gonna finish this up at home.
All right, we are back.
Before we get into this, if you're looking to plan your next magical vacation, please reach out to us over at Fantastical Vacations. We plan Disney destinations, Universal cruise lines, and all-inclusive resorts.
This was, it was great.
Yes.
A little bit surprising in a couple little aspects, so should we just dive on in?
Well, first, I'd like to thank everybody who said hi to us, and thank you to Cooper for our bracelets. We loved meeting all of you today, so thank you so much.
Ambiance and theming. So I really, really love the way Topolino's is laid out, where it is situated on top of Riviera Resort. You walk through that restaurant, you go out to that terrace, and it's just like, if you dine here, please check it out at some point during your stay. But Ambiance in general, you've got carpeted floors, there are soft goods, so it absorbs some of those sound waves. And then the tables are not uber close together. Well, they can't be because characters have to go in and between them. And it's a finer dining restaurant at night, so a nicer meal for dinner. And so that kind of elevates the experience as well.
Yeah, so all that to say, with the characters and being able to like have a conversation and not feel like, you know, the people next door to us could like chime in. And then the theming, overall theming, we gave theming and ambiance a 5.
All right, service. Here's where it took a little bit of a step down for me, and I think that's just because they're taking kind of a nicer restaurant, and they're injecting a character dining experience in there, which kind of by definition is a people factory. Like the whole point of character dining is to get people in and out as quickly as possible because they are super, super popular.
Yeah.
And they want to maximize, and especially if you've got spread out tables, like this is a hard one to get. It's kind of out of the way, and it's not a buffet. So it's not like you can just like sit people and then go get your plate, come back, meet the characters, get out. So like, I feel like, Chef Mickey's Tusker House, they're all like, get in, get out. Have you met the characters? All right, bye.
I asked 2 separate people how the characters were going to approach our table so that we could kind of watch out for them, and they both were like, I don't know.
They didn't know, which
and
is
I was
weird.
like, when our food got delivered, he was setting down my little side plate of the waffles, and the syrup like slid off, dumped all over the table, and he was like, oh, oops, and then walked away.
Left the puddle of syrup on the table, did not offer to get more syrup. There was still like half a thing of syrup in there, so
I had
enough.
I had enough syrup, but I was like, now I've got like my entire area is just sticky and gross, and it was bizarre. It was not something I would expect from Topolino's Terrace and spending $49 a person. So I went in thinking service was going to be like 4.5, and we landed at a 3.5 for it.
To be fair, for dinner, we've eaten here multiple times. We love this place for a date night, and the service has always been impeccable.
Yes.
Like, I think it's really just the character dining experience. I think it's just how it is, and they're like under a lot of pressure to get people in and out.
Yeah.
And to be fair, just so it doesn't come off as we're too picky, like the character flow is something that every character dining restaurant tells you when you sit down, because it's important, because like adults with kids or people that like Leslie always stands up and takes pictures. I'm usually videoing and taking pictures while you get up and meet the characters, and so it's important to know where they're coming from, because that changes where you want to sit at the table, and so that's kind of like a standard thing.
All right, so we did get a beverage this morning. Dan got the French press coffee, which was
It was great. I mean, it wasn't anything special, but like any French press coffee is really good. I
Yeah.
really like French press coffee, and it was, kind of your standard French press coffee. Very, very good coffee, elevated coffee experience. It should be for like $6.50 or something,
Yeah.
but it was. I mean, it was right what I expected.
Yep. And then I got a Bloody Mary. It was just kind of a very standard Bloody Mary. It had some spice to it, but not really anything special above and beyond or anything. So it was hard for us because we do very much like the drinks whenever we go for dinner. We
Great
know,
old fashioned.
Yeah, we know that they do a great job at drinks, and so it was hard looking at this and not taking that into consideration, but we really decided to just try to separate the two. And I would say for breakfast, I think the beverage service is a 3.
It's pretty average. And again, I think that goes back to the character dining experience.
All right, food. So the quiche was delicious. The sour cream waffle, it's so funny because everybody commented on Instagram whenever we said we were going here, and friends told us sour cream waffle, you've got to get it. And so I got the little side of the sour cream waffle. I mean, it was good. It was really good. It was too sweet for me. So I am more of a quiche girl.
Yeah, I am. I prefer savory as well, but I think the ratio of that cream on top, the sour cream, whatever it is, not straight up sour cream, but whatever that mixture is on top, it was just a lot for that little bite of waffle.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's the same for when you get the actual meal or if it's just the side, that it just felt like a lot. But I tried a bite of it, and it was just it was like eating a cake for breakfast. I mean, just the amount of sweetness with icing on it.
Yeah.
It was just a little too much for us. Not that it wasn't good. It was
Yeah, it
very
was good.
Just we'd prefer savory. I got the salmon bagel with cream cheese. I kind of prefer actually the way that Wine by George presented it because it was already made up for me. That being said, it was beautiful when it came out, and it tasted great. Super fresh. Salmon was probably the freshest salmon I've had in a very long time. So yeah, I think it was very good. Very well done.
The quiche was perfect. I mean, the flaky crust, the creamy cooked middle, it was all really good. The potatoes shined. I mean, man, those potatoes were just heavenly. I could have an entire plate of those. I didn't even really try the salad, so I did all of the carbs. But yeah, the whole plate was delicious. So we settled on a 4.5.
All right, you add all that up and divide by 4. It is a straight up 4 out of 5. That kind of surprised us a little bit just because we figured that Topolino's would be just an elevated character dining experience for breakfast. It's been years since we've been here for breakfast. It was, I think, better than other character breakfast.
Oh, it's still my favorite.
It's still great, still our favorite. And I think it deserves the level of popularity it is. It's just I just think that just because it's a character dining breakfast, there's certain things that come with that, and you have to go. Not that we'll be back for sure.
Yeah.
Not that we were disappointed at all. It was fantastic. But when you compare it to other table service meals, especially dinner at Topolino's, it's just not quite there with the service and the attention to the beverage program and that kind of thing.
Yeah, and for everyone out there who's thinking well, you shouldn't rate it on the beverage because it's a breakfast. If you take that out, it actually bumps it up a little bit. So what would that be? It would be 13 divided by
4.
be a 4.3. So I mean, it definitely is a great experience.
Yeah.
If you're not gonna have a beverage, just
take it out.
So if you are liking these videos, please hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss the next one.
And we will see you on the next video.